I hear it all the time. Jerry, we should have moved here years ago. And honestly, they're right. Because once people settle into life here in Roseburg, they realize what they've been missing. Today, I'm walking you through the exact reasons people regret not moving here sooner and how you can avoid that same feeling. Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Norman, real estate agent right here in Roseburg with Oregon Life Homes. I work with a ton of families and individuals that have relocated from all over the country, back east, Seattle, California, and even Portland. And no joke, 9 out of 10 of my clients tell me the same thing after they settle in. Why didn't we do this sooner? Today, I am sharing the real reasons why people fall in love with Roseburg and why waiting too long might cost you a little bit of money. So with that, let's get on with the video. So when people think of Oregon, they usually picture Portland or Bend prices, or possibly even Eugene or Medford. Sky-high home values, steep property taxes, and everything is more expensive. But Roseburg, it's a little hidden gem. It's a different story here. I just helped a family move from California, and they were in just a small 2-bedroom home, which they sold for a lot of money. They've been in it for a long time, but they sold it, had cash to pay for a beautiful home here in the Roseburg area, and they paid $450 cash because they had so much equity built in. This place had everything that they'd hoped for: big backyard, a great view of the town, and they only paid $450,000 for this home. They told me if they were to buy the same home in California, it would have been way more than anyone could afford. So here in Roseburg, we're talking about home prices that are $150,000 lower than the Oregon average, and a lot less like areas like Eugene, Portland, or Bend, and especially the coast. On top of that, our utility costs, insurance rates are much lower. Property taxes, manageable, and no state sales tax. When people see the math, most of them are blown away. If you're curious what a move might cost you, give me a call, text, email, and I'd happy to run through all the numbers with you. Now, let me paint you another picture. No more 90-minute commutes, no constant rush, no parking wars. Life flows a little slower here. I know when I was living south of Seattle, I had strange hours. I worked 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. It would take me 2 hours to get to work and 15 minutes to get home. Here in Roseburg, I never have to adjust for traffic. And I just helped another couple move from that area as well. They were remote workers, and they thought, oh, Roseburg seems like a great place. And they were spending 45 minutes just to get across the neighborhood. Now, they're 10 minutes from hiking trails and 15 minutes to their favorite winery. They told me it's the first time we've actually had dinner together on the porch, watching the sunset, and they did this regularly. Look, I get it. Some people think they need the hustle to stay sharp. But what they find out in Roseburg is something they didn't know that they were missing: peace, quiet, and room to breathe. You've got walking trails along the Umpqua River, fishing spots just minutes from town, and no fighting for parking spots at the grocery store. Slower pace isn't boring, it's grounding. And the people that move here, it changes their entire outlook. One of my favorite things is watching people discover what Roseburg really has to offer. The Umpqua Valley wine scene, incredible. I've had clients that really enjoyed a good glass of wine, and they thought going to wineries was having to take a weekend trip to Napa. But here in Roseburg, we've got 30 wineries, all in the Douglas County area. Abacella, Hillcrest wineries, these places are awesome. Really cool just to hang out, sit out, have a couple glasses of wine. It's a great time. Just relaxing, looking over the views. It's beautiful. And that's all within about 20 minutes of downtown Roseburg. And then our farmer markets in Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, Sutherland are full of local produce, handmade goods, and that small town energy that's really hard to describe unless you feel it. Healthcare here is a big one. A lot of people that are moving here are choosing Roseburg because of the VA hospital and complex. And then we've also got Mercy Medical Center. Two really great options for healthcare. Now, they don't offer everything, so specialty services, you are going to need to take a short drive up to Eugene or Medford, but most people are going up to Eugene. I have had people from other areas that were pretty impressed with the VA complex, and they've moved from bigger cities from California and Washington. They said it was pretty much an even keel. And for outdoor lovers, it's unbeatable. I love riding motorcycles. You can hit those winding back roads and be gone all day long. Or you can take a short drive up to Crater Lake, which is absolutely amazing. One of the deepest lakes in the world. Or just a short drive out to the coast and enjoy the beautiful scenery out there. Go crabbing off the docks in Bandon. It's a great time. Plus, you've got wonderful neighborhoods like Melrose or Hillcrest areas that a lot of people are really drawing towards. In most of Roseburg, you're going to know your neighbors. They're just really friendly and welcoming, but they're not in your face type. I actually made a video about all the neighborhoods in Roseburg, and you can catch that link at the end of this video. Now, this one stings a little bit for some people. I had some buyers that were really successful in their careers that were renting in Portland. They decided they wanted to start a family, buy a house, and start growing their family. So they got pre-qualified, and they were qualified for a fairly decent amount in Portland. But when they were looking at their homes, it didn't quite match what they were looking for. They found a beautiful home sitting up on top of a hill with a view of all of Roseburg. This house would have been $1 million or more in some great neighborhoods in Portland, but they were able to get that for $600,000 here. They went from paying like $2,400 a month in rent, a little bit more for their mortgage payment, but their upgrade was 10 times. Now, granted, they got it when interest rates were a little lower, but the house that they moved into is phenomenal. So for the same amount of money, they were able to move out of a 2-bedroom apartment into a huge 2,800 square foot house on 5 acres with an unmatched view for about the same price. And then also there are a lot of neighborhoods that have been seeing some really good growth in property values, like the Hillcrest area or West Harvard area. These all have seen some really good growth and are a really good option for somebody that's looking to downsize and just be in a nice, small, quiet neighborhood. I also had another couple. They were renting an apartment here in Roseburg for $1,500 a month. They decided that they wanted to buy a modest home just to gain equity and have something of their own. They found a great place in the Hillcrest neighborhood. They paid about $350,000. Now, if they would have bought 3 years earlier, they would have already have gained about 50 grand in home equity. So they told me, I wish we would have done this sooner because they could have refinanced or been able to get into a better home by now. But the home they're in is perfect for them, and they're just building that equity up now. So if you are renting and watching the home prices climb, it's probably going to continue. So the sooner you jump in and make that move, the sooner you start building something real and building equity. Now, do you want to know what I hear from almost all of my clients 6 months down the road? We didn't know life could be this good. They talk about how quiet it is, how kind the people are, how they actually have time to go out fishing, plant a garden, or just sit and read and relax without feeling rushed. And it's just not retirees or remote workers. I've helped young families, single professionals, and business owners who've all found something special here. It's not just a move, it is a lifestyle switch. So if you have been waiting, now might be the right time. Or if you're looking to retire, possibly a year down the road, give me a call, text, email. I'd love to help you out, get you set up, find the right neighborhood that's right for you. I have been here for the last 10 years. I love it. I know all the neighborhoods and what would fit you and your personality and your family the best. And when you do make that move, there is a really good chance you're going to tell me a couple months down the road, I wish we would have done this sooner. So if you are looking to make that move or just have some questions, leave me a comment down below or give me a call, text, email. All my contact information is in the description below and right here. All my social media stuff is up here. Where's that at? Right there. And don't forget to check out this video about the neighborhoods in Roseburg and the pros and cons of living in Roseburg. So with that, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.